So, good evening, sir. How are you?
Very good evening, ma'am. I'm pretty well. And how about you, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm also doing great. Thanks for asking.
Okay. So, as you know, we are meeting for the very first time. So,
Yes.
please go ahead and unlock your identity.
Okay. Thank you so much for giving this chance to first. Okay, so I'm Preeti and I'm a teacher in a private school. I teach English and SST there. Apart from my teaching, I run my two YouTube channels. One is Easy Way to Learn with Preeti, that is my study channel. And another one is Easy Way Blog, that is my blogging channel. So that's all about me. If you want to more, you feel free to ask.
Okay. It's nice introduction, ma'am. Now it's my turn to introduce myself. So, my name is Ritik. I'm basically from Bihar, but currently living in Delhi. As far as my educational background is concerned, I'm graduate from Tilkamani Bhalpur University, Bihar. When it comes to my hobbies, so my hobbies are listening to music, singing songs, learning new contents, and watching YouTube videos. And if you ask what do I do for living, so I run my offline institute in Delhi. The name of my offline institute is Mardasan. I also have a YouTube channel. The name of my YouTube channel is Mardasan 808, where nowadays I'm also uploading this type of conversational video. And nowadays, if you ask what's my new hobbies, so my new hobby is talking to lovely person like you, ma'am. So this is pretty much about me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And it is really nice uh, introduction of you. I
Okay,
don't
thank
know
you, ma'am.
again and
So
again.
you are a teacher of
Yeah.
yes. So you are a teacher of English.
Yes. Uh,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I'm
you
taking.
teach you. Yes. So how long have you been teaching English, ma'am?
It's a long journey. I have started my teaching before 10 years.
Okay, okay. So you teach their uh, literature or communication is speaking.
Yeah, literature and language both.
Okay, okay. And you also teach speaking,
Communication. Yeah,
spoken English.
spoken English teacher there. Yes, I'm taking
Okay,
subject English as a subject.
okay, okay. So what do you think, man? What is the difference between because we have been learning English since our childhood as a subject, as a literature, but
Mhm.
we teachers don't focus more on communication purpose. That's why we Indians are problem. We have facing problem in speaking English.
Mhm. I think
And
I the main difference throughout my English journey. Like in starting, I was taking English as a subject, but yes, after Corona, when I feel now English is not a subject only; it's a language, and it's important to learn first for ourselves, then for as well as for students also. So
yes,
from there, from there, the turning point came in my life, and I learned like how to teach totally throughout the English because I'm from Haryana, and in Haryana, English is not a first language. Hindi is there, but yes, in most of schools, there is a total environment of English, same as in Delhi. So it's important for every teacher to speak English in the school with the students. So if you want to be updated with the time, and if you want to build your confidence and your speaking skills as well as um, your potential regarding your profession, so you have to command on this language. So somehow I learned from there. That time I started my channel in 2022, and I got
yes,
so much confidence right now by uploading so many videos. I did not count till now, but yes, in starting I was uploading only grammar videos. But yes, the difference
okay,
was that only I am taking offline classes in the school, and on YouTube I was teaching online. But that time also I was using transform method. Same I was using in the school before Corona. Uh, First speak in English, then translate every sentence. So somehow I was feeling bored there. And right now, what I'm doing I think from last 2 3 years, I am doing the totally English to English because it's very important being a English teacher. I'm using English there, and the level of the students are different in each class. Like out of 40 to 45 students, maybe 10 students are below. They can be, you can say, they are below average, and some average students because this type of difficulty we face. They can't understand without translation.
In terms of grammar, in terms of translation. Nobody told me, even teacher didn't tell me, you have to focus on your communication, you have to speak in English. So for those person who are from Hindi medium background, but
Mm,
they should, in the starting, because they should first know the basic grammar rules, and they should, in the starting, they will face problem and directly speak in Hindi because we are not addicted. But they, in the starting, they can uh, translate. But when I started speaking, one day I thought, is it possible for me to speak anything in English without translating it? But now it happens. Nowadays, I am talking to you, and whatever I am talking to you, I'm not translating it. Okay,
yeah,
I'm directly speaking. So what I realized that if any person wants to speak in English, but they have to practice more and more. Because
yes.
I also talk, one of my friend, he teaches in British Council in Delhi for spoken English. So I talked one day, my friend, sir, is it possible for me to speak English without translation? Because I use always translation method. So he
Mhm,
suggested me, yes, do one thing, you will definitely improve. And they told me, he told me, ma'am, you have to speak whatever you have to speak. You are speaking wrong, or but you have to speak in English. Think
mm,
1 to 2 months in English only, you will definitely improve. And really, I did it, and now result is
mm,
in front of me. Now I'm able to speak whatever I'm able to speak in Hindi. I'm able to speak in it. I'm not translating it. But
mm,
before, I was also translating because since our childhood we didn't speak in English, we speak only some sentences. Or speaking English doesn't mean you know some sentence like he goes, I
mm,
study, he goes to market, the patient has died before the doctor came. It's not English. English means whatever your expression, whatever your idea, you are able to convey your ideas, your thoughts, any
mm,
person without thinking. Suppose if
mm,
any foreigner will ask, if
mm,
they have to speak in English, he or she will not think anything. He has to speak. Just like suppose we have to speak in Hindi, we will not think we have to speak. It
mm,
nowadays it is also happening with me. In English, I don't translate, I do not translation method. And nowadays I'm also running my offline institute. So what did I observe? What do I observe in my classroom? You didn't believe me, ma'am. Uh, a second standard girl, uh,
mm,
her parent came to me and especially told me, sir, you have to teach my children. She studies in only second standard, all the things in English. You have to speak only in Hindi when she will not get your point. From she is
mm,
studying, and I gave her 2 pages of my daily routine. You can't believe. Next day, uh, she she learned 2 pages daily routine, and she speak in front of the class. I also uploaded that video on my YouTube channel. And
okay.
nowadays parents are very okay.
Concern.
They are very up to date because nowadays every parents wants their children to enroll in private school. And you know men very well, in private school all the subjects are taught in English. Even their communication language is English. They speak,
Mm,
they communicate people, they communicate students in English because in private medium student, teacher have to speak in English with their students. So now the generation has changed. Now the methodology is changed. Nobody is speaking Hindi, and teacher
mm.
also have to speak in English in teacher parent teacher meeting. And
Yeah.
nowadays, one thing, ma'am, if you go anywhere for the home tuitions, their parents demand you have to must your communication should be in English. Suppose you are teaching English, then that time you have to speak English. And if you are teaching other subject like science and SST, that time you also have to speak in English. Means you have to explain Even science, SST also in English. Suppose
everything.
you are teaching them democracy. So you have to express democracy in English. Whatever democracy is, what is the importance of democracy, when, okay, what is the functions. So you have to explain all that in English because went, I went many home tuitions. So before going there, okay, uh, those who sent there, they already suggested me, if you go there for home tuition, you have to must communicate their parents in English
In
because
English.
first impression is the last impression.
Mm.
Okay, they check your knowledge. Second, they check your communication first.
Mm-hmm.
How is your communication? It because I'm living in Delhi, the capital city of India. If you go in poor area, they are highly educated. The parents are highly educated. They demand you in you too much speak in English. If you are English, suppose you have good knowledge in mathematics and science. If your communication is not so poor, so they understand you. "Oh, teacher is not so good. They are not teaching well because first they realize you by your appearance, by your communication. Okay, you will teach. You have to teach the student after the demo, na? But you have to give demo for the parents. You have to talk to the parents. Okay, in English. If
Mm-hmm.
they will satisfy you, then you can teach here. Otherwise, you can't.
Mm. Yeah.
So,
Same scenario
yeah,
everywhere. Same.
because I also experienced man. Because some of my friends, their mathematics and science are very good. They are good. Their background is very good. But their communication purpose, they are not able to take home tuitions because many parents, okay, complain. You send teacher and he is teaching many things. He only uses some sentences in English.
Mm.
Mostly he, okay, makes understand our child in Hindi. So it will not work. Okay, I
In
need
future. Somehow
definitely, ma'am.
English is must everywhere. Without English, I think we can't get success even in any field, in any department, whether you are from government and in from private. So somehow they just
Definitely,
want to adopt environment for their child. This is the main reason. And I think it must be because I also try to do the same in my school everywhere. Whenever I'm taking class, whether I'm taking SST and English, so in both cases, I always try to make the environment of English to English. Whether any student want to ask anything to their friends and to me. I always try to motivate my students, try to speak English, and at least you have to speak English whether you are speaking wrong. You can use broken English. I'm ready to help you here because teacher is always play the role of a facilitator. So I always try to motivate, try to speak English because in every private school, students uh, come from rural and urban both areas. So it depends on the family environment also. Somehow some students are from those type of environment like no one is well educated in their family. So sometimes it's really difficult to tell. But in that case, I always ready to have in my period, in my lectures, because in every school except Hindi, it is compulsory to speak English for each and every teacher. So somehow they are
yes,
getting 5 to 6 hours continuous English environment, so they can easily learn. They will learn.
yes, yes.
So
Environment plays a good role. If you
yeah.
create environment, so environment plays a good role. And also if you listen again and again to any person in the same language, and
Mm,
children also motivate, okay, I'm not getting much, so I also have to learn English in terms of speaking. Students are also get motivated if you create environment. If suppose in the classroom there are 40 students, and 25 students are speaking in English and 15 are not able to express in English.
mm,
So they are also get motivated. Okay, my friends, my classmates are speaking English, so I also have to speak in English because
mm,
they know very well. If I will not speak in English, then I can't do well in upper academics because in academics you have to write answers in English. Suppose you are writing answer of social science, so you have to also write that in English. If you can't improve, you can't do okay well in your academics. You can't get good numbers. So that time English is also important.
because all
for the
subjects
education
are in
purpose.
English. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
All subjects are in English, not in Hindi.
yes, definitely, ma'am.
Yes.
And nowadays, parents are also very curious. They are very uh, okay passionate about to learn their children English. Nowadays, because I'm running my institute, every parents come to please, sir, okay, please take care my children in English also. You have to focus all the subject and please teach me some okay tips about speaking so that they can also speak in and try to speak sir with them in English. And I also do what do I do in my institute? Whenever any parents comes to me, if they are able to speak in English, I try to communicate them in English. And with the students, I always try to speak in English. And I told them, if you are not able to understand me, what am I saying? Ask me. Okay. Because
Mm-hmm.
English is not our language. If you are not able to ask me, I will tell you in Hindi. But if
Mm-hmm.
you want to ask me, you will never improve. Okay.
Yeah, this is an international motivational speaker, you can say
Yeah.
right now.
That's why she is called Wonder Girl of India.
Yeah, yes, yes, Wonder Girl, no doubt. And nowadays, I'm observing like on Skype and YouTube, there are many brilliant miracle students are available. Some like 8 years, 9 years, some are from
Yes.
fifth standard, sixth standard, seventh, eighth, ninth, and many more. You know, viral boy Jadoo, he is also from ninth standard, and many students. They are very good speakers. They are doing practice on daily basis. So I feel really delighted when I see these type of students because we were not like those students in our age.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Because that time, uh, there are so many reasons that time. Because that time,
Reasons were
people don't
there.
have much money, and there was
Mm.
no any social media that time. Before, if you talk about 10 years back, there was no social media. So
Mm.
social media also plays a great role
Yes, yes,
in this
yes.
field because many
Mm.
suppose uh, what happened with me one day I was watching video and I was uh, a video of conversation. And before 2 to 3 months, I didn't know what is Skype and what all this, how we can do conversation. And I watched, oh, they are making conversation. So I thought how they are making conversation. So I
Mm-hmm.
search on YouTube how we can, okay, do conversation. That time I know this is Skyping and we can connect them. And I was surprised. It's totally free.
Yeah.
So after, yes, 3 to 4 months, I am using this app. So social media also plays a great role for the
Yeah,
youth.
definitely, no
And
doubt.
nowadays also parents are also very curious. They send their children. They told their parents, okay, you have to learn English because if you not learn English, okay, your future will not good. So they focus more and more on English. That's why even sixth standard, seventh standard students they are speaking very good English.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay, sir. Can we wrap up the session? It's too long video, 28.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. It was nice conversation with you, ma'am. I enjoyed a lot.
Likewise, same here because I always feel delighted whenever I get opportunity to connect with another teacher because that time I can share my views and somehow I am getting something different knowledge. So thank you so
Yes,
much for
ma'am.
connecting and share your views.
Okay.
Have a nice day to you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you.
one more thing. Do you want to